What's up YouTube? Jeff back again from highandandroid.com, and tonight I have the Alcatel OneTouch Idol 3 in the house. You saw last week I did the Asus Zenfone 2, so now we've got another budget Android smartphone to throw into the ranks and sort of have a budget battle between these smartphones here. So you see we got the Alcatel OneTouch Idol 3. We're going to go ahead and unbox this baby, take a look at it, and maybe sort of give you some impressions how I feel about it compared to the Zenfone. So here, if you remember the Zenfone, I got that guy in red, and I'm going to do a nice little review, sort of giving my general thoughts on this phone. But overall, I like this phone. I also might throw up a review of this case. I've just been too busy, and I didn't know how many people really care about Zenfone 2 cases. If you really care, let me know, and I'll do this case and throw up that review. No big deal. But overall, this phone has been fantastic. The screen is good. It's fast, the RAM is nice, it's really great. So we're going to see if the Alcatel OneTouch Idol 3 can live up to the hype. Now, I don't actually have my unboxing knife over here tonight. I made that mistake. So I've got an Allen wrench. I'm going to use that to open it up. Let's get into the box and see what we get inside. So take off the sleeve. The packaging, I will say one thing about the packaging. The Idol 3 packaging is a lot nicer. So just if we put it back in, if you look at the box actually feels like an actual phone box. So you can see on the back, they got some of the specs. You got your 4G LTE service, you got 13 megapixel shooter, a 5.5 inch HD screen, and you've got a Snapdragon 600 series processor in here. So in this particular phone, it actually looks like an actual sort of phone box. I gotta say, that was one of my complaints with the Asus Zenfone. I actually have the box right here. The Zenfone box, I don't know, it just looks a lot cheaper. It feels cheaper. It's not as heavy. This feels more like a Galaxy or iPhone box. So let's take it off. Oh, and also it tells you on the front here that you get JBL sound, so you get high quality headphones included. All of this for 250 bucks. So that's a crazy good deal. So you see here, right here on the front, we've got the phone. Just take the phone out, put it to the side for a second. Let's see what else is in here. We've got right on top a SIM tool. So you can see right there, SIM tool. I've got a million of those. I think I lose more SIM tools than I probably should. Quick start guide. Obviously, we know how to use our cell phones. This is a professional tech review channel. We do it big here. I'll throw that to the side. We don't need that. Of course, in every phone, you got a nice little power brick. It's actually got a nice touch though, this power brick. It's got a nice little matte finish with some Alcatel OneTouch Idol branding right there on it. I'll throw that to the side. I also have a million power bricks. We've got, of course, a USB cable, standard issue. I don't think I need to take that out of the bag. I've got too many of those. And then here, the aforementioned JBL headphones. So you can see JBL by Harman right there on the label. Let's take them out. Just have a quick look at these headphones. Second. So you got some earbuds. That's a nice touch. You got some replaceable tips for your earbuds. So these are in case you have small ears or big ears. You can choose. They come with the medium ones installed, it looks like, and you can switch these out for different sizes. So it looks like these headphones are actually pretty nice. This is a tangle-free cord, so you can see there. It's got the flat tangle-free cord here with some in-ear tips there. Some JBL branding right there on the front of the headphones. And you got a nice little black on top of the red in the earbuds. You got some Alcatel OneTouch branding right there. And this is to control your play and pause right here. So you got your little button to control that on the headphones. Overall, these look pretty nice for a pair of headphones included with a $250 phone. So I don't know. I can't say anything bad about that. That's awesome to include some good headphones. It's always nice to get something for free. Let's look at the actual phone here. So you can see here on the front again, once again, they mentioned the screen, the camera, 13 megapixels again. You've got the sound here, the JBL sound, and this is a 5.5 inch screen. It also tells you here that it's 100% reversible. So you can go completely upside down and still use the phone. So that's pretty cool. Let's take off the plastic, set that to the side. On the back, We've got another piece of plastic here. Just going to peel the plastic off the back as well. So on the back, just got a little piece of plastic. And the back actually is really, really nice on this phone. So you can see here it's got like a matte gray color. It's a little shiny, but it doesn't get fingerprints. It's definitely matte. You've got some Idol branding there, the name of the phone. Alcatel OneTouch. On the bottom, you've got a little bit of text below that. I will say you've got your camera and your flash up there, front-facing camera right up here at the front. And the volume right here is on the side. The power button's on the other side with the SIM slot and your headphone jacks at the top. This one does feel a lot more premium than the Asus Zenfone, I will say that. It does only have 2 gigabytes of RAM, but the build of this phone definitely feels more premium just filling it out of the box. It is light, but the actual materials, I don't know, they just feel better in the hand than the Zenfone to me. So I'm going to go ahead and put my T-Mobile SIM inside the Alcatel OneTouch Idol 3. I'll boot it up. I'll let you guys take a look at the software like I did with the Zenfone, and then we'll go ahead and have some final thoughts on this unboxing. I'm going to use it for a few days and then get up a review of the Zenfone as well as this phone and then do a little comparison between the two. So I'll be right back. Let me throw my SIM in here, get everything booted up. We'll take a look at the UI and we'll get out of here. I'll see you guys in a second. All right, YouTube, so we're back. I went ahead and put in my information, got my SIM card in here. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look. Let me put my swipe pattern in here. Take a look at the UI on the OneTouch Idol 3. So you can see here, it's got a pretty colorful UI, which is kind of similar and reminds me of the Xiaomi or the MIUI UI that they use on a lot of the Chinese manufactured phones, which is actually pretty cool because I'm interested in getting into some of those phones coming up. I'm interested in Huawei and Xiaomi and all these different companies that are starting to release products and trying to bring them over to the US. So you can see they've got really colorful icons. They don't necessarily match that well with the material theme that Google's trying to use now in Lollipop and beyond, but they don't bother me too much. One thing I will say is the OneTouch Idol 3 appears to have less bloatware on it in general than the Asus Zenfone. When I got the Zenfone up, the amount of bloatware on here was pretty staggering. There was like 3 pages of bloatware. There's a lot of stock Google apps and Dropbox, some other apps that you might actually use installed here on the Idol 3, which I don't see anything wrong with that. That's perfectly fine. You can see that the home screen, it's pretty basic. You've got a nice little clock weather widget there on the home screen, and then you've also got your Google search bar, so not a whole lot going on. You can see that this thing is running Lollipop, and as I mentioned, there's already a system update waiting for me. It is running fine on my T-Mobile 4G LTE. Everything appears to be good. So overall, the overall UI appears to be nice. It's nice and fluid. When I was setting it up, I did notice it appears to be a little bit slower. If you open a bunch of programs, I just tried opening 4 or 5, social media, Dropbox here, and it was a little more laggy than the Zenfone, but I expect that. It has 4 gigabytes of RAM. But of course, I need to test this in the real world testing and see what it's like. I'll also try to test the camera and test the 4G LTE speeds. Some of you guys saw that I had pretty slow LTE in my office with the Zenfone. I think that might be more of my office, and sort of T-Mobile seems to be not that great at my office, so that's not necessarily the Zenfone's fault. So I'll test this phone as well at my office and see what kind of LTE we get. But overall, again, running Lollipop. This thing, in terms of the menus and everything, looks pretty close, you can see, to what you would get on your Nexus device, what you would get from sort of stock Android menus. So overall, it's a pretty nice looking UI. My impression of this phone up front, just looking around it, once again, it's got a better build to it, in my opinion, than the Zenfone 2, which feels really plasticky. This one is, well, but it's got some metal around the sides, even though it's got plastic other places. And the other thing I'll say is the Zenfone as well as this both have annoying placements for the power button. The power button is way up top on this side of the phone, so when I'm holding it, it's on my left side. That is not a usual placement for the power button. I don't know why they couldn't just put it on the normal right side, right below the volume rocker, or put it on the top left or the top right Zeus chose to put the power button on the top of the phone in the center, which is one of the craziest places for a power button I've ever seen. But this is pretty annoying too. Putting it on this side, I don't really like that very much, but what are you gonna do? For 250 bucks, it seems to be a pretty solid buy. So I thought really quick while I was here, I bought a case to go with this. This is the Lightning Night Mobile Accessories Alcatel OneTouch Idol 3 case. So since I know I won't have time to do a separate unboxing for this, I don't know how big of a market there is for OneTouch Idol 3 cases. If there is, I'll do some. Let me know if a bunch of you guys got this phone. I'll do some, but it's not the biggest phone release. And you can see this is just a fake piece. It's a really, inexpensive case. Lightning Night branding right there. It's a gel case, just very soft shell gel. It's actually, it looks like there's some blue ink. I don't know if you guys can see that with the camera. Right there, there's some blue ink on the case. So I don't know if that's great quality. I mean, I didn't want blue. It's supposed to be clear, but I paid like $8 for it. So I figured we'd check the fit out, see how it fits on the Idol 3 while I'm here. And yeah, it's a pretty basic case. I don't really know what to say about it. I don't know that I really wanted that blue ink on my case, but it seems to have all the right button placements. Let me just make sure the volume works. Yeah, the volume and the power buttons work. On the bottom you have access to your power port. On the top you've got access to your headphone jack. And there's cutout for the camera and the flash on the back there. And you can actually see the Idol 3, the Idol branding on the back, so that's kind of nice touch. So it doesn't look too bad. It's actually a decent looking case, aside from this blue ink that I didn't ask for, but that's not really a huge deal for $8. So I'll throw a link to this clear case in the description of the video. If any of you guys got the Idol 3 and you want this case, you can grab it from Amazon. If you're still interested in ordering the Idol 3, I'll also throw up a link to the Idol 3 phone and let you guys sort of order one of those from Amazon. 250 bucks gets you a pretty solid Android phone, 2 gigs of RAM, Snapdragon 600 chipset, 13 megapixel camera. So I'm going to use this one for a week. I was using the Zenfone for a week as well as my daily driver. We'll use this one for a week as my daily driver, and we'll see what we think about the Alcatel OneTouch Idol 3. I'll give you guys my full thoughts and compare it to the Zenfone 2 as well, and we'll see which of the budget smartphones of 2015 reigns supreme, at least for the month of May. So I'll get back with you guys on that. Alright, so this has been my unboxing of the Alcatel OneTouch Idol 3. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more great tech content. I've got a lot of stuff coming up, including Android Auto, the LG G4. We're going to do a bunch of cases for the G4. We're going to do some more giveaways. A lot of good stuff coming up, so stay tuned. Please follow me on social media, jspring86az at Twitter, and on my Google Plus page. All those links to my Instagram as well are all in my YouTube page, so please follow me on social media, and you can find out what I'm up to and see what projects I got coming up. Alright guys, thanks for checking out the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.